That was a good protein bar. I just put my water.
You know what would be a good boy name?
What?
Benedict.
For who?
For us some.
I'm a girl.
Benedict.
So I don't have a boy name. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I thought that'd be fire and
You would name your son Benedict?
Benedict.
That's cute. You're cute.
And
so where you getting this son from?
That word said, well, he always Benedict.
Where are you getting this son from that you're gonna call Benedict? That's my question.
You missed that whole joke. That was a good
No,
one.
I ignored it. That's different.
Oh, it's a difference. Okay.
You gonna name your son Benedict Watson? Or is he gonna have Savage?
Who said my last name Watson? Put my whole government out
Everyone
there.
knows you.
Oh. It's probably on my Instagram.
Right.
My
Everyone
Facebook.
knows you.
My yearbook. Remember that?
Is it recording?
MySpace. What was that?
Is it recording?
Yes, it's recording. You never know.
Yeah, because I had to clock out for break.
Who cares? Welcome to I'm Not Gonna Lie podcast. I'm your host Trey with my co-host Kia Savage, and we are here with another episode.
Come on, we gotta do like
A heart?
Yeah, do a heart. You are not flexible.
No, I'm not.
You can't even like stretch your arm.
So when God made me, he was like, we're gonna make this guy as stiff as possible. Pause. Just a stiff guy so I can laugh at him
Oh my goodness.
during stretches at the gym.
At least you could dance. You can dance.
Oh, I can?
Now.
I'm about to say, I never heard you say this before.
You can dance
You
now.
always say, I can't dance.
We haven't gone out in a minute to dance though.
I know how to dance, like, sexy. But I'm not saying I'm sexy doing it, but the concept of sexy, I think I do okay.
Oh my goodness. What are we talking about? Let's get...
We are talking
We
about
gotta-
a lot today.
Because right now we're talking about nothing much. So
Well, it's a lot much, but today we're going to go over a lot of things. I think it's been a packed, eventful
week?
I guess ever since the last pod. So I do want to start with a movie we just saw recently. It's probably been like a couple weeks now, but
Okay.
We did see Jordan Peele's Nope movie, and I know from the previous pods we've been talking. If y'all been tuned in, if y'all have tuned in, if not, check it out. We were pretty excited about this upcoming movie, which we have finally seen. Well, honestly, we saw it the first weekend. Now we finally going to talk about.
Did we see it on that Sunday or
Saturday night?
Saturday night.
So it was opening weekend,
I don't get off work till 9 p.m.
right?
On Saturday.
And
so.
me, the latest I would say 3 o'clock.
Not this Saturday. You can't get off that late.
Oh, I'm just saying in general, like that's the not
Okay.
this Saturday. We got something to do.
Yes, we saw Nope at a night show. And Nope is like a thriller. So to see it at night, they had all these like scary movie trailers that they were
Wow.
showing. I'm not gonna lie, I kept laughing because
Yeah.
like I like scary movies in the sense that it's just like I think about the people who had to like create it or direct it. I forget what the movie was.
What's something wrong with them people?
But it was basically like a woman went up to another woman's car window and knocked on it. And then the woman inside the car looked, and then the other woman's head like
It literally
contorted.
But it came off the neck.
Right.
So it
like
was
her
just
body
hanging.
was still straight up, but her head
Just
like
went a full 180.
yeah, like a U-turn.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. Like, who thought that was scary and not funny? Like, that's comical to me. Like,
That is
if you
comical.
was
As
in
an
that
adult.
situation, you'd be like, what the hell is going on?
You know you be out.
No, obviously, but I'm saying, you'd be like, what the hell? Ooh, that's a good one. You start turning around, like, making sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? You start calling people, yeah, let me tell you how. You're like, you sure? You okay? You been drinking?
Man.
Like, that's how it be.
No, it was funny. It was funny. Yeah, it was a lot of, honestly, I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I'm not gonna lie, a good majority of them were pretty interesting. Like, yeah, one of them was with I guess she's going to be the next Black Widow, right? Was she in one of them? I forgot her name.
You talking about? Dang, is her name Patrice?
Something Florence Pugh. Florence.
Yeah.
I'm so
she
sorry.
was
I ain't gonna butcher her
on.
name.
Damn, now I gotta look on Instagram. It might have been Florence Pugh.
I think it was Florence Pugh. I think it was.
She was Black Widow's sister, Natasha Romanoff's sister.
Right. And I think she's going to take the mantle of Black Widow because it's a mantle
Florence
more
Pugh.
than anything.
She's in a movie that's basically like, I guess, set in like the 50s or 60s or something like that. 70s, maybe the 60s. When like Twiggy, like that fashion model, when she was a thing. And it was like, the world that they live in is fake. And she started to question everything around them. Like, she would crack eggs and the eggs was empty. And then she was doing weird stuff, and nobody
you really
else
remember
was
all
like,
this?
Yeah, I want to see it.
No, that was.
I liked her.
Good.
I really liked her in like Hawkeye, in that Disney show series.
I think she was the best on there.
She is hilarious.
She's funny.
She's such a lovable character.
Yeah, she's funny.
But yeah, going on to Nope with Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya. I would personally give it like a solid 7 out of 10. Like, I would see the movie again, but I wouldn't necessarily like pay to see it again. So what would you rate it?
I would give it 7.5. Mm-hmm. And I think the movie is good. I wouldn't say it was a must see, and the genre, the type of movie it is, not my favorite, not my go-to. Mm-hmm. But as a movie, just being a moviegoer, I think it's a good, you could pay for, go see it, and I think you will enjoy it. It's a simpler plot, and maybe a lot of people didn't like that. It wasn't like really a deep. People be saying, on the internet, it's something underlying message. Well, of course, every movie has that, but right. I think as far as like his previous movies go,
it's
one of the more simpler. It was straightforward.
So, is this a spoiler alert? Because I want to talk about it.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
When I tell y'all, I was not expecting that UFO to be what the UFO was.
Yeah.
It was like first off, I'm not gonna lie, what was the character of the dad? Let me look that up real quick, because I'm not gonna lie. Nope, cast. We should be more prepared for it. I should be more prepared for that.
I should be more prepared for this.
Oh, Keith David. Keith David was
Otis
Otis
Senior. Oh, he was acting for the actor now. I thought he was acting for the character. Oh, yeah, I know Keith David. Yeah,
so Keith David was Otis Senior. Daniel Kaluuya was Otis Jr.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie.
And the sister was Keke Palmer. I forgot her name.
It was Emerald or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't match her.
Emerald, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Emerald Haywood.
Yeah.
So to have him on the screen for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was low key irked. Like, I will say I feel like because they had horses and they were like show horses, I wish that we saw him with the horses. So then when we saw Daniel with the horses, we saw how it should have went compared to how bad he was. Because it was like they were at he brought the horse to a commercial shoot, and they put like a mirror in front of the horse, and the horse ended up kicking its hind legs, and it was like, all right, you gotta go, you could take that horse with you.
Well, they kept saying don't look into the horse's face, and if
but the horse wasn't prepared was the main thing.
Well, he wasn't either.
He wasn't either. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah.
So seeing like Otis Senior with the horse and seeing how the horses should have been, that's the one thing I'm like, oh, that would have been nice to see, in my personal opinion.
Right. I'm like I said, I'm not like. I guess when it came to the movie, like I said, it was a little more straightforward, and at first at first, the way Keith David's character had got killed like the first 3 minutes of the movie, that mysteriously we didn't know how at first.
Yeah, because we were like, oh, like usually when it comes to random objects flying out and like a coin flying out and hitting someone, usually there are like buildings around and like someone threw something off the top of a building,
right?
And there were no planes, so there was just like, what is going on? And then
so
in the middle of nowhere.
That part I felt like when I guess I got real excited when I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Then I don't want to jump over, but like, well, you already said the UFO thing, and it be spitting out stuff because all it does is consume.
Yeah, because it is
a living thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't
like
a
the
UFO.
It being in the shape of a UFO that we know it as was just it's camouflage.
Right, and it's like its form when it's flying. I guess it's just the UFO is more of a form opposed to it being a spaceship. So I thought that was a cool little twist. So for it to be an animal,
I was not expecting that.
No, I didn't expect that.
Okay, what was your favorite part?
As far as the spectacle, the picture, the visual was seeing its true form. Yeah, I thought that was cool. But the third act was really strong to me. Like having that scene where they had
everything poured on top of the house and the blood and stuff covered the windows.
That was kind of before the third act.
Oh, okay.
But no, that
was sure? No, that was in the third act.
That's what I call that. I call that like the third act to me is when literally the scene after that when they was like, all right, let's figure out how we're going to stop it. Yeah,
right. Let's kill him. Sorry.
Let's try and get this picture so we can be rich. Like basically, they wasn't really trying to destroy it. But I think...
Well, it was a nuisance, though, so they had to get rid of it anyway.
They had to get rid of it.
And it kept eating its horses. The horses was its meal. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. I feel like we're all over the place.
Well, we went to, the beginning of it, and then, we rated it, and then the favorite part. I just want to tell you my favorite part.
Well, let me say it's not saying much, but I really did... You got the characters up? The cast, the guy that works at the tech store honestly he was one of my favorite characters.
Angel,
that was his name.
His character's name was Angel.
I really enjoyed
his actual name is Brandon Perea.
Yeah, Brandon Perea, you did a good job. Of course, Daniel, Keke Palmer. I have not a gripe per se, but with Keke Palmer acting for me, or this the stuff she ends up doing, I'm not the biggest fan of her. So I was talking to, a couple people before I saw the movie, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be really watching her with this film, because Jordan Peele, for him to choose you gotta have some strong acting skills too.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Just to go on a quick tangent, it was a headline. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really indulge in it, but the headline that I saw was basically saying that Keke Palmer doesn't have as much, like she's not praised as much as like Zendaya, and they're basically saying because of colorism. And Keke Palmer was just like, I've been a leading lady since 12 years old, and I'm like, look, I'm just saying, Akilah and the Bee, and she does have other films or works of art, I should say, but it's also hard for me to like state someone as my favorite actor or actress, because the type of movies I like you don't really have to act much. If I like thrillers, just be funny or be scared, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I need with thrillers, I always, and they always do this, so it's probably like beating a dead horse, but I think that's what makes thrillers is obviously the I guess the thrilling aspect, and I love that character that can bring the comic relief, because sometimes they can get a little too stressful, the movies be.
Yes, and Kiki's character did bring the comic relief, I will say that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, her character was a little annoying. Like she was like
Okay,
a pushy
okay, I
younger
thought it was only
sister.
one.
I will say that, but I think that she was meant to be, which is why it was such good acting. Like she portrayed exactly what she was supposed to be.
Right.
So I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, it was like I said, she did a solid job. She wasn't my favorite though, but she did a solid job. And
oh, I'm not gonna lie, Daniel's character was so hilarious to me.
Just
he
his
was
faces.
so freaking nonchalant and like.
think of Get Out. He's really that same character.
No,
He's
he
like,
was like super reserved though.
he was a lot more reserved.
Super reserved
with this. Yeah, he was a lot because I'm comparing characters. Like with Get Out, he was kind of more like he was making them faces like them puzzle faces. He was questioning.
He was more expressionate.
Right, but just confused the whole time. With this, he's looking at a living form. He's just looking at it, riding a horse
He
like it's nothing.
literally was like,
he didn't.
Yeah, that cloud hasn't moved all day, and he just knows his horses are gonna get eaten eventually.
Yeah.
Like he lost all hope before because his father passed, and he has to take care of these acres of land. And then he really lost hope because he's like, "Dang! Not only do I gotta sell my horses are getting eaten
For free. So
Right.
He can at least pay me to eat my
He's just
horses.
scooping them up."
Yeah.
Like, I will say my favorite part was when
Cheat sheet.
I don't think like his well, Stephen Yoon, what was his
The guy with the other ranch. The other guy.
right, the
with
guy with the
ranch.
other ranch.
Yeah, he's probably a little more. He was a little more. What's the word? I guess. Man, what's the word?
Well, I'm just gonna use his real name.
I guess successful in a sense.
Right.
Okay,
But he was a child star as well.
Okay.
Yeah. That was with the monkey thing. Sorry, I scratched you with my
No,
name.
you good. How I forget about that?
Yeah.
I think that was such a Jordan Peele
Yeah.
thing. Like that whole with the monkey and tell him who left.
So
And I'm a rant on this.
okay. You still ain't let me tell you my favorite part.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. Let's talk about the monkey part. If you did see the
Man.
movie, if you didn't, obviously spoiler, so you still gotta skip. Just gonna insert that there. But there was the scene where the monkey basically went ballistic and started beating up the whole audience. Well,
So it was
gruesomely
a TV
killing
show.
them, basically.
Yeah, it was a chimpanzee.
They used
star.
a chimp star on a TV segment. Stephen Yoon,
A birthday segment for him too, and everything.
right? It was the monkey's birthday. Stephen Yoon was the youngest member on there, and him and the monkey, they was cool. They was friends or whatever. Basically, a balloon pop. He started going crazy. He's beating up everybody. Stephen Yoon, he's underneath the table and he's watching all of this. And then the monkey finally saw him and he's like slowly going up to him. He's like, "Yeah, this the only person I ain't eat yet. I ain't boo boo bop yet." So he going up to him and he was about to pound him and he get shot in the head. The dang monkey.
Then two people.
Yeah, it was a
walked out
couple.
after
They had
that.
walked out.
I was just like,
It was a lot though.
so you not no. This is gonna sound messed up. Okay, I might get.
Go ahead and say it.
I think the way it went, I feel like they got. Okay, so there's people out there, which I get, like with the.
Like people really love animals and stuff.
Yes, which is fine. Mm-hmm. My gripe with that is to humanize animals more than the humans themselves.
Oh, or they love animals.
The love and
tremendously
the care,
more
yes,
than humans. Yeah,
and they like to use like they a little more they helpless compared to
Yeah.
humans. We have more control. I get that. So my thing is, so not the little girl getting mangled, the people getting mangled, but with the monkey got
shot. You
It's-
walking out like that's too much.
It's
That's
a-
too much. Not the horses getting eaten by the UFO thing.
right.
Not the people dying. Literally 100 people in the audience died, and only one woman didn't. But her face was like basically non-existent.
Which she was she was a young girl then too. So a
Right.
lot of these are flashbacks.
Right.
If we confusing y'all.
But the monkey getting shot after murdering everyone.
Yeah, honestly, if I don't want to put this in real life, but I feel like
I mean, that's
you
what,
shouldn't be really surprised that that
what was it,
would happen.
Harambe? With Harambe, like there has been multiple occasions where we see in real life
don't
where
bring that
animals
back
are
up.
taken care of better than humans, and it's like, oh, animals, they don't like they're so helpless and all this other stuff, and it's just like, wow, I do understand that. Like there are so many other things that needs to be dealt with humankind before we try to focus on animal kind, in my personal opinion. If the animals are doing fine, leave them. This is a movie and a real animal wasn't even used. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it was actually pretty bad CGI. Well, it was like Planet of the Apes, but even then, that was like 10 years ago. It's probably a little bit more polished, but CGI wasn't like that great at that scene. But it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like an eyesore or nothing, but it was
So
pretty
back to
noticeable.
my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, we got in this.
Gracious.
I thought you said it already.
No, I didn't. I started to.
No, hurry up, yeah.
But anyway, Steven was showing an audience the UFO. And he used one of Daniel's horses as bait. And then Daniel was sitting here like, no wonder why this UFO been chilling here. He's sitting here feeding him. He's sitting here want to show him off to everybody. You know what I mean? And then what happened? Everybody got scooped up. And I'm like, see, that's exactly what he get. Because mankind want to sit here and do too much. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna sell these tickets. I'm gonna show an audience, and I'm gonna feed him a brand new horse I just bought.
It was funny because I was like, oh, they might be cool. Because if you ever seen, I forgot the name of that movie, but it was with Tom Cruise, and it was kind of like a UFO and aliens.
I'm not gonna remember that.
War at War.
Yeah, I ain't seen
World at War, and basically he got sucked up, and they show people in this little chambers inside these aliens. So I thought they was good. That next scene, he started spitting out his blood.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah,
When we
it's
just
over.
heard him all screaming, I was like, oh my goodness, he's eating them. He's consuming them.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, it's over.
I love this piece of work. Like, that's how I was looking at it.
Oh wow. But yeah,
We've been on this too long. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
okay, so
that was the Nope.
If you haven't seen Nope, go see it. Yeah, it's kind of spoiled, but I still say go see it.
it's different. But like I said, it's a straightforward. It's not no underlining socialism or politic type movie to me. I think, well, I guess you could say like government. You could say, oh, the government know there is some alien life form here. You know, it's little stuff like that, but nothing too deep. What we have next is that was actually good.
That was good. Don't do it again. I'm joking. You can do what you want.
I want to bring up because I've been saying we're gonna talk about this, but the MCU Phase 4,
Right.
Phase 4 MCU.
It's gonna be a long pod.
Content. It's gonna be a long pod. It's a long one. I don't mind going quick through this. Going through this rather
Okay,
quickly.
I'm gonna let you lead then.
Okay. So the very last the film came out on your birthday actually, which is funny.
When's my birthday?
I think the audience know. So no. But on July 8th, but we seen it on the 10th.
You remember every single movie that comes out, especially when it's on my birthday, but don't remember my birthday.
Yeah.
And don't remember to sign my card, and don't remember to give me sign no.
So you making this longer. So we saw Thor: Love and Thunder, which is the fourth.
Yeah, we told him last
movie.
time.
I know, but I'm just opening it up.
Sorry, I'm gonna be quiet.
Thor: Love and Thunder. Long story short, very short. I didn't enjoy it. And it's funny because like I said, we went to Philly. We seen it with our friends, so that should have upped it a little more, the experience. But I feel like it was really nothing. Like I left the movies like I have to see that again.
Right.
It's nothing. I mean,
Ooh,
absolutely
that
nothing.
was so good.
Yeah, even the scene. I enjoy Nope more than this. You know.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
Yeah.
But we talked about how we might be comic book out, or Marvel out. So
We might be Marvel out. I honestly think if you give me a good movie, I'm there.
yeah,
But like you said, it could be some MCU staleness there. But you can't lie. These movies are. I feel like they are being rushed. You can just see the product. And
well, COVID did happen.
COVID happened.
You know, so everyone was behind. Cheesecake Factory and didn't even have National Cheesecake in their half-off cheesecakes.
They don't have that no more.
They said they're gonna donate $1 for every cheesecake they sell.
No.
One, that's not helping consumers. Two,
That ain't
y'all could have
helping
been
me.
did that. Y'all could have been did that.
Nah, yeah.
Y'all could do that in addition. You know what I mean? Like, y'all make so much money. Y'all could donate. And it's a tax write-off. Okay, let me stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it'd be you. But
ain't nobody ask if it was me or not.
So, well, I always said we can go in more details. But like I said, with Thor: Love and Thunder, it just was misses after misses after misses. There were scenes where the stakes felt high, and they like to undercut it with some jokes, with the goats just screaming.
Yeah, them goats.
And using lazy ways to keep Thor and Gore, okay.
Like Thor and Gore shouldn't have been friends no more? That rhyme.
No. It was this lazy part to me of how, or maybe predictable, or just seeing it so many times, is with having Thor going against Gore at the last scene and him giving all the kids powers with the power of Thor.
Oh, but they're Asgardians. You thought that was lazy writing when he gave them all powers?
I thought it was cheesy, but the lazy writing to me was that scene with Gore and having Valkyrie out of commission. Yeah, I can't do nothing. I'm actually out of commission. Basically, she said, if I do any more, I'm gonna lose a kidney. She said something like that, and I felt like she been through worse things than that. But I don't know. I just thought.
Yeah, but she was fighting gods. She's not a god like Zeus and them.
But that happened with it. Was happened with Gore. You remember that scene, the black and white, which was the best scene.
Oh, in the
movie.
Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm, whatever.
Well, I will say this: Thor was PG-13, so I expected it to be cheesy. And Thor also, in the other films that he's been in, he's like the comedic relief, or like everything needs to be about him and stuff like that. So Thor himself, I thought, was portrayed as regular, but to watch him in a movie for 2 hours with him and his friends, it was a stretch. But I thought we was talking about the Phase 4. You wanna?
Yeah, but I'm just starting because that's the last thing we saw.
Okay.
But the another thing is, I'm not all about. I don't have expectations when I hear about cameos. A cameo is called a cameo for a reason. They're not going to be on screen for long periods of time, right? So with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I did not expect them to be on it for no more than 5 minutes. 10 minutes would have been a stretch.
Right.
But every scene was a montage.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
That's like when you make a PowerPoint and every word has like an animation thing.
Yeah. Just to give it pizzazz.
Right. It's like the movie, the context of the script, like the meat of the script should have pizzazz. Not all of this like visual stuff to keep our attention.
Right. So I think Thor and the Guardians are a great combination, and for them, it was a rush movie. I can just tell, but I guess that's I think we can basically say that about the whole Phase 4, in a sense. Don't get me wrong, not every MCU movie from Phase 3 down to Phase 1 was good. You know what I mean? There was some disappointments. But I feel like 2 movies in a row of IPs that we are familiar with are falling flat. Oh, my bad. Of characters we are used to or familiar with are falling flat. You kind of used to the newer characters to kind of be a disappointment, but it'd be like, it's okay, we gotta get used to it,
Right, it's different.
Not my favorite.
It's like trying almond milk for the first time.
Yeah.
It's different. Oh, they got vanilla? Okay, let me try it. It's different.
Not Thor. Like the OG Avenger. Not Doctor Strange. He's not... He's an OG Avenger at this point. So it's kind of like... Okay, we go into Doctor Strange.
Right. Doctor Strange as an individual?
Oh, the movie. Multiverse of Madness.
Okay, yeah. So, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay. I will say that he must have got a pretty penny. He must have got paid a lot to be playing 5 different Doctor Stranges. Yeah. But with him, I feel like Wanda being the villain was different for me.
Okay.
I feel like she was in there enough, but with America, I think they only put America in it because Wanda was after her, and they still want to give her her own movie or her own show or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was,
that's all I have to say.
I was like, man, please keep talking. Oh, my nose.
I know you ain't tired. You just had...
no, I said my nose.
Oh, okay.
My Doctor Strange was, to me, more enjoyable than Thor. And but the movie still fell flat for me. It was a little disappointing. I don't fall for all the rumors like that all the time. But that Illuminati scene, and it revealed everybody. I was like,
yeah, when we were talking to the twins, and they were like, y'all just had to get everybody up. Yeah, to bring new characters and kill them off.
Like, nobody cared. Like, that's how they were. Yes, I wasn't too thrilled about that.
Hey, Alex and Drew.
Yeah, so I just don't feel like... I don't know, man. It's hard. I think I talk about this so much off camera that I just lost words for
so
it.
what's left in Phase 4? Let's just go into that.
Okay, so what's the Disney Plus shows were okay. I don't care what people feel. Like, they can disagree. But that's the point. Agree to disagree. I think after WandaVision, I don't think nothing hit the mark like WandaVision. Loki was enjoyable for what it was. Seeing a variant of Kang for the first time, did not know that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Cool. WandaVision, not knowing about Quicksilver, even though he wasn't Quicksilver, so that was actually disappointing afterwards. But it was cool at the time. Cool. Moon Knight, great. Miss Marvel was okay to me.
Oh, and Black Panther 2 was supposed to come out on my birthday, but Thor came out instead.
Yeah, and we kind of made that separate going into the next thing. But Miss Marvel, well, I can go in order. WandaVision, Cat.
Well, hold up. This says it starts with Black Widow. Well, let me read this list off of Wikipedia.
Oh, man. Do go back that much. We got Black Widow. We got Eternals. That's second.
Yeah, it said Eternals. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Spider-Man No Way Home. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Thor Love and Thunder. And then Wakanda coming out in
She-Hulk,
November.
then Wakanda.
Well, this is showing me the movies, but yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah.
Because we also have to talk about Winter Soldier and the Falcon. And then...
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Hawkeye. See, I keep forgetting about that, and that was good to me. That was probably one of the...
We just mentioned it because of Florence Pugh.
I kept saying Black Widow. Like she was in the Black Widow. No, we did. I didn't mention
She is a Black Widow. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, the Black Widow movie. But Hawkeye was so enjoyable. Okay, so Phase 4.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't that bad, but it was bad in the sense that.
But Phase 4 isn't over.
2022 being kind of. Maybe that's.
Technically, Phase 4 isn't over because they still got Miss Marvel with the Captain Marvel 2.
Oh, that's updated now.
Oh, it is updated? Okay. Yeah.
So what's happening now?
But Miss Marvel is a part of Phase 2, though.
Miss Marvel is not part of Phase 4 no more. They're making that 5. So Black...
Wait, but it already came out.
Oh, you said Miss Marvel. I'm sorry. I'm thinking you saying the Marvels. Like the Captain...
I ain't say that.
Yeah, that's part of Phase 4. That was probably my least favorite. But the most disappointing was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was disappointing.
What if... And then Loki. You said Loki?
I did say Loki.
You did say Loki.
What if was so fun?
What about Blade? Or it was just announced? It say Blade
was just announced.
And then Fantastic Four confirmed.
Yes. That's probably old. But yeah, that's coming out 2025.
Okay.
So basically, Phase 4, I'm going to say these last two movies were pretty bad. Eternals, to me, was enjoyable. But my favorite was Shang-Chi and Spider-Man.
Yeah, you were actually just watching that again.
Oh, I just watched Shang-Chi.
Like
I can keep
ago?
watching that. It's Spider-Man. But
shout out to working from home. Maybe I shouldn't have showed my screen to my laptop.
yeah, maybe not.
But where did my phone go? Oh well, I don't need it.
Yeah, so well, let me say this. Do you feel like the Phase 4 has been a little wishy-washy more
I
than
will
anything?
say that after Avengers Endgame, right?
Yes.
You lost the casuals. So as of right now, it's just people that want to follow up with Thor or they're just the MCU.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I've told you that before.
And I think Comic-Con helped bring people back in.
Right, especially it being like Comic-Con after COVID. So
It's been 3 years since they did it.
And then going into Black Panther, obviously R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, great man.
Of course, it's probably about to be 2 years since it happened. I know it was in August. I forgot what day.
Right. But their performance to, how do you say, not necessarily showcase Wakanda, but when they were announcing that they were going to talk about Black Panther, and they had the show, the African drums, the dancers and everything,
Right.
I said, I miss African dance class so much. If y'all was in like middle school and high school and took African dance, we here. I love you.
Ryan Coogler look cool with them braids, too. Them straight backs.
First off,
Yeah.
don't let him buy me a drink. So.
But yeah, it was a really good show, and I thought it was a little too long with them drums, though. I ain't gonna lie, but it was cool.
Yeah,
though.
but we weren't there in person, so you know.
It still was too long.
Well, don't go to Africa.
No, I'm just saying.
It was a joke. It's a
No,
joke.
I'm just saying.
joking.
I thought it was too long because I'm here. No offense. I like y'all to put me in that, in that space. I want to see this damn trailer. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm ready.
He's like, this is fine, but we're here for the trailer.
I'm here for the
Right.
trailer. But yeah. So the trailer, it dropped a couple weeks ago. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I guess they like to call it a teaser because you don't really understand the plot, but you get to see most of the characters that will be participating in this movie, and It looks awesome. It does, and I'm not just saying that because it's Black Panther. Because I'm gonna be real, I never thought Thor and Doctor Strange looked great. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know. I guess I can relate to it in a sense. Black Panther more than anything, as you can tell, obviously. But
This is basically just a movie review podcast episode.
yes, it is. But we would definitely send some condolences.
My question
to some
is:
legends.
Is everybody showing up to Black Panther again like how we did the first time? Like with Lala Milan, and she had the people carrying her on her shoulder. Love that. Like we was representing.
There might be a lot of Chadwick Boseman shirts more than anything.
Yeah.
And I might do that.
Yeah.
I might do that. Or wear a Black Panther outfit. So I'm dead serious.
Y'all, let me tell you how freaking...
I might do a pod with it on.
I saw these hoodies on Uniqlo, and they were like $10. And
shout out to Uniqlo.
Panther.
Sponsor me. I'll wear all your clothes. I promise.
And I sent it to Trey because we were going to order from Uniqlo anyway, so I didn't want to do like separate orders. And then I went back the next day, and they were sold out.
And this before the trailer dropped, right?
This is before the trailer dropped.
Yeah, it was.
It's when we came back on July 12th.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks before.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the trailer, if I can summarize, it started off with them celebrating Chadwick within the movie.
Well,
but
not celebrating, but as far as them
celebrating
white,
his life.
It was the funeral.
Well, yeah, but when they wear all white, right?
That's like wearing all black. They
Right.
don't wear all black. They in Africa.
Right, but in a sense, remember the Black Panther thing? It's like not a double entendre.
Because he wore black, so they wore white.
Where they wore white because that's part of their culture. Two, remember with Chadwick character debut on Civil War, he was like, he's just stepping off point, and so they don't look at death as death. But at the end
he's
of the
in
day,
the what's they war car with the trees and stuff. You always know this.
but their version of
Heaven
afterlife,
or
or yeah. So
see, I need my phone now. I gotta look that up.
oh yeah. I'm about to say use my
Where
phone.
your phone?
My phone's right here.
My braids are so heavy. Oh, guys, I finished my braids. So, if you're watching on the visual pod, you can see my braids.
Oh damn. What was I saying? But yeah. But at the end of the day, the Black Panther, because what they doing is they saying T'Challa passed away as well as Chadwick, and a lot of people
Ancestral
going crazy.
plane.
Ancestral plane.
There
I
we
want to say
go.
astral, and that's Doctor Strange little thingy. So that's why I just shut up. Ancestral, yes. How do you feel about them killing off T'Challa instead of recasting?
So, I will say this.
Before I get into the trailer, real
Me
quick,
personally, I feel as though they wanted his character to be remembered as him. Like Iron Man, like Spider-Man. They recast Spider-Man like 3 times, Batman 5 times. You know what I mean? It's not about the person, it's about Batman, him having that suit on. But the fact that they separated T'Challa and Black Panther, because Batman, they never really separated him until Gotham. That's when he was Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean?
No,
But with T'Challa being his own individual person, I understand why they didn't recast him, because he was the
At least so
son
soon.
of like, because I feel like that's the thing. People's gonna be hurt regardless. If they recasted him, if they let him pass away, people's gonna be hurt.
y'all was gonna kill them.
But we have Ryan Coogler, who I think is a respectable director, is gonna do right by the film, by his family, by him being his friend. Like,
So
I'm not mad at T'Challa.
I'm not personally upset
Yeah.
about it. But when I learned that the family don't want them to, like his
Continue,
family,
yeah.
yeah, and even Chadwick, he would like them to continue T'Challa because an honor. He, he's a humble guy. First of all,
Yeah, but who gonna follow up after Chadwick? I'm not gonna lie.
they can find people though. We got so many.
Chadwick did so many movies before becoming the Black Panther. They not gonna bring a newbie to take on this like mega role.
Yeah, but I feel like there was a lot of people, see the thing with Chadwick, he didn't do a lot of blockbusters. But that's why I respected them they cast him, because they're like, oh, he's just an actor. It's not
I feel
so
like
much
he
about
did
the
a lot
spectacle.
of he did a lot of movies for the culture.
For the
type
culture,
thing, yeah.
a lot of art, like the movie has a lot of art. Like the movie itself is, very how can you explain it? Like very necessary.
It was just
very
really
historic
good acting, yeah.
Yeah, that requires a lot of acting. Yes,
Right. It really requires him to indulge in the character.
Because to be honest, Black Panther, this probably was the least acting he probably had to do. Other than making up in a dialect and the accent, I think this probably one of his easiest roles. Maybe getting in shape during his battle with cancer probably was very difficult.
Right.
But other than the physical aspect, I feel like his acting, he didn't have to go into Thurgood Marshall. He didn't have to get into the James Brown, Jackie Robinson. What's that movie he did?
He did with Ma Rainey.
Right.
He was, yeah.
Right. And that was based on a true story too, based on
Ma
the true
Rainey's house is in Georgia.
Oh man, there's so much history in Georgia.
I didn't know that. My mom was telling me that one of the family friends, they're actually in Columbus, Georgia, which
Columbus,
is like 2
Georgia.
hours
Okay.
away. And I Googled it. I said, oh, wow. Ma Rainey's house is right
It's
there.
only 2 hours from Atlanta.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
no, 2 hours from us. 2 hours, 20 minutes from us, actually. So, yeah, 2 hours from Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Atlanta, you trying to get specific? So I just like,
Well, because I'm saying, like, from us and from Atlanta is two different.
Okay, real quick. So we saw Shuri, we saw Okoye, we saw Nakia. they show her first, so I think wink wink. I think that's her in the suit. That's my opinion. Not Shuri. I think seeing Namor, amazing.
Namor. Okay. So Trey had to tell me more about Namor.
I don't know much, but you know.
But when he was like, "It's Aquaman," but for Marvel, I said that's cool.
No, okay, I ain't say.
Well,
like
as far as like them having like an underwater character who dealt with Atlantis and stuff like that.
Right.
Not like, not like they copied or they was biting or nothing. But yeah.
No, I said that. Like you know, DC, Marvel have a rip off of each other's characters.
But we don't necessarily know who started. Do DC got a Black Panther character or like a Storm? What? So they took all the white characters. Like all of these.
Well, no, but I can't say there is a website, or they can tell you what came first. Like Superman, and they got Superman and Sentry. You don't know much about Sentry, like, but he's the Superman ripoff.
Oh, Black Adam. Is that what they're saying?
Nah, not Black Adam.
Okay.
Moon Knight. They said they kind of copy off of Batman in a sense. I was like, really interesting.
Oh, Red Lion.
Who's that?
I've seen him before. I don't know him, but it's Black Panther versus DC Black Panther parentheses Red Lion. I've seen him before. I don't know who he is, but yeah.
Oh, never. Okay, but yeah. So that trailer was cool. So how you feel about the trailer? And we can end it because we've been too long, very long. And again, condolences to the Boseman family, and you are truly missed. And we still got more. It's perfect timing. Perfect timing to be.
I'm sorry, Mark just sent a picture of Zariah. She's the cutest.
Shout out to Zariah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
When does he smile?
She smiled in that one.
Oh, she did. She did.
She's the most nonchalant baby ever. But I will say a part that I found in the trailer that piqued my interest, along with the suit, was the Ironheart character. Because it's two parts. So Angela Bassett was like, I sacrificed my whole family, and I was like, Black Panther got dusted, Shuri got dusted, and her husband got murdered.
And she been through a lot. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, if they started off as the blip and they do like a flashback or like a flash forward.
That's going to be fire.
Yeah, I would definitely appreciate that. Because with Spider-Man, they started with the blip. They was like, yeah, people been blipped. Some people 5 years older. Some people the same age.
The best blip, funny. Though, was WandaVision. The way they did with, Monica Rambeau. That was genius.
I love that aspect of it. She was just like, ooh, I can't. It was a darker version. Man, where my mama at? Like, everybody was just freaking out. But yeah, if they do that where it's like, I lost my whole family because they got blipped, and then they come back, I want to see that reaction. But if they didn't film anything for Black Panther, they probably wouldn't show Angela Bassett reuniting with T'Challa. So
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And I'm glad they didn't CGI him, because like, we do not need to CGI and hologram people that have passed, in my personal opinion. Unless
somehow Chadwick told the people that he been battling cancer. Again, nobody knew but the family. So unless he send a message to the family to tell them to do that,
to hologram
them, don't do it. Like, other than that, So the Black Panther trailer will be dropping November 8th or 11th, one of them days, on a Friday.
No, the Black Panther movie is dropping on the 11th.
What did I just say?
You said the trailer.
No, I said that's the trailer, and the movie will be dropped. That's it.
I don't remember you saying movie at all.
So the trailer dropped, of course, already. It's on the internet and all, whatever, on YouTube. You can find it anywhere. But the movie will be dropping on the 11th of November. Can't wait to see more, or wait to see the movie. I don't have to see any more. Take Marvel, take my money.
I'm not gonna lie, we should probably end the pod.
Well, no, we not. We'll give him a long one. Okay, so the next. I ain't mean to clap because it's not really good news. Don't know too much about the two people that had recently passed, but they live a full life, but still too soon. want to say rest in peace to the legend, the Celtics legend, Bill Russell. He has passed at the age of 88. Nothing but good memories. Just his resume just speaks for itself. Again, we wasn't around at the time. He was in his, at his prime. He was really, fighting for his rights, for our rights. The stuff he dealt with in Boston. Just think of Boston. Boston's still, no offense, but
Yeah,
I've heard that it still have a little.
Yeah.
It's a little rough for us
Prejudice.
brothers and sisters. Right. So back in the 60s, I can only imagine, in the early 70s and so on. But that's why we have the internet. We can do a little research. Family members actually posted recently that it was hard for them to purchase a house there. The hotels, they'd be pooping on the sheets. Like, they dealt with all that stuff. So he was bigger than the game of basketball. He had to deal with racial slurs, to say the least, and he actually used that to fuel him to win championships damn near every year. Again, he's the best winner of basketball of all time, having 11 championships. Had 5 finals MVP, or just 5 MVPs, one or the other. And even though he had to deal with the racism, he actually sacrificed his scoring for, his teammates, in a sense. He admitted.
Well, he protested by not shooting.
No, he knew how to separate that. So he actually, his philosophy was, okay, I'm the best blocker. I'm the best defender, rebounder. I'm just the best at that. But these people on my team, the Bob Cousy's, Otterbach, I think Red Otterbach, I'm sorry, I'm saying his names. They are better scorers than me, so I'm gonna defer to them with the scoring, and I'm gonna do what I can do best, which is defending and things. Right. Ever since that formula, nobody could touch them, even the likes of Will Chamberlain.
Oh, so it's like protecting the quarterback. Like in football, you protect the quarterback.
Well, he's protecting the rim, so it's kind of different. But I see what you mean. Like, he's protecting the rim. He ain't protecting a person. Opposed to, football, you protect the quarterback. But, yeah. But he does prevent them from scoring.
Right.
So yes, I wish I could say more. I wish I could call somebody that's in that age bracket, honestly, or somebody that know more about them. I don't know too much, and I don't want to act like I do, but I do. I always knew how much he means to the game. So rest in peace to Bill Russell. He lived a full life, and prayers to the Russell family. And the next person, again, don't know much. Never was a big Star Trek fan, but Nichols, black woman of the Star Trek franchise, she has passed away, I think the next day or the same day. And yeah, so she lived to be, you probably gotta look it up on your phone. I should have had this up. I think 89. I think she was a year older than Bill, but just to be sure. Nichelle, N-I-C-H. Okay.
Oh, she was she was 5'5", but excuse me, 1932. So she was 90.
89. 90.
Yeah.
Cause her birthday passed.
That's who it is. Ahura.
Ahura?
Yeah, that's like the only black lady on the show.
I bet. Cause how long ago was that? The 70s, wasn't it?
I didn't know it was her. Wow. Yeah, you be sitting here writing notes for us. Obviously, I don't do my homework, guys.
Yeah, so rest in peace to two legends, same era, and they had a better place. A better place than here.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so I think that's well, no, we going into more bad news about the Monkey Pox outbreak.
I mean, I didn't do my research about that.
I I didn't, and then I promise you, I had it pulled up with some information. Then my laptop went to start acting crazy, like literally. But all I know from what I read from the CDC.gov, check them out, whether you trust them or not.
I'm gonna say everyone should know the CDC by now.
Yes. It sounds, from what I've read, it's rarely fatal. I mean, rarely. More rare than...
You just look crusty?
It just look disgusting, but it's contagious. You still don't want to catch it.
Oh, I didn't know it was contagious.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, you could assume.
How do people get it?
Nah.
Like, they have to physically touch you, or is it coughing?
I think sex. I tell you, I had it up. I don't want to give false information, but I just want to tell everybody to be careful. I know Georgia, I think the fifth highest as far as
yeah, I did have a
cases.
coworker mention. Yeah, they're talking about return to office, and they're like, "Well, monkeypox, we're like fifth on the list as far as
I think
Atlanta."
New York is higher than that. Like New York, they thinking of
because New York is going on basically a shutdown again.
Yeah, they at the edge of state of emergency about.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, okay.
Yes, state of emergency, and when it comes to the monkeypox outbreak. Like I said, I wish I had my information up. Let me see if I can pull it back up. But what the?
You gotta minimize it.
Oh, this is a different one. So let me do this. Let me get rid of this. And okay, get rid of this.
I'm gonna just interject. Babe.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just cut it. I feel like it's too long.
That's the point. All right, so let me go back.
All I'm saying is, if you worried about engagement, I thought it was a screenshot. Isn't it in your photo album? These mosquitoes is getting...
Okay. Sorry. So, we go got this.
I'm telling you, we should.
Oh, let me see the last thing.
We didn't even listen to the album.
We didn't. We just go to say. Okay. Last thing is, we didn't listen to the Beyonce Renaissance album, but we heard it was great, and
I didn't hear
it's her fault. It was her homework specifically.
1, watch the finger. 2, I didn't hear anything because I didn't listen to anyone talk about it.
So you what do you mean?
Well, only like the "Break My Soul" song because it was like.
So you didn't hear nobody talk about Church Girl? I guess I heard more than you.
I mean, whenever I see something about Beyonce, I just skip it. I'm like, I don't want no outside insight.
So you don't want spoilers, basically.
Not necessarily spoilers. I just want to go into it, listening to it when I want to listen to it, and with an open mind.
You still were supposed to listen to it.
I didn't say that.
You got one job. I know.
Exactly, and I'm clocked in, and I need to be doing it. So how about that?
Well, thank y'all. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to I'm Not Gonna Lie podcast, episode 8. I'm your host, Trey, with my co-host, Kia Savage. You have any last thoughts?
No, sir. Let's wrap it up.
Stop rushing. Okay.
You just asked me a question.
You don't say wrap it up.
First off.
Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed this very lengthy pod. Usually, we would have our homework down packed, but I do want to say peace and see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.